Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Vivo X6 on my left from Blue, and we have the Oukitel C21 in the same color. Almost looks like the same color, right? From Oukitel C21. So you can see that these devices do look pretty similar when it comes to the color, but there's a lot of differences. There's a lot of difference between these two devices. So I want to kind of talk about the differences of these devices. As you can see, they're both plastic body phones. This one is full HD and this one is HD. We'll get into the exact measurements of the screen displays. But on the right side is where the button layouts are. Power button is on the bottom of both phones. Volume rockers as well. Now, the volume rocker moves. It's like it wiggles on the, and the power button wiggles on the Oukitel. And it has like this, it sort of creaks sometimes as well. So I'm not sure. The build quality is pretty good. It's a lightweight phone at 170 grams of weight, whereas the Vivo X6 is actually 179 grams of weight, a little bit more heavier in the hand. Now, we do get a removable battery on the Vivo X6. You can remove the battery. Now, and there's not many phones that do that. This device does offer the micro USB charging though, and dual SIMs as well as an SD card slot. That's kind of cool. Now, we do get the same type deal on the Oukitel C21. It does give you dual SIM card slot as well as SD card expansion, so that's pretty crazy as well. Taking a look at the front of the displays, we have a hole punch on the Oukitel right here, and on the Blu Vivo X6, you can see right here on the left we do have that water drop notch. So taking a look at more into detail at the displays, guys, 720 on my left, full HD, 720 plus, full HD plus. So on the right, we are getting the 6.4 TFT LCD IPS display for the Oukitel. So you get updates on this device through the wireless update center. From time to time, I like to check and see what updates are available. Now, both of these devices are pretty cool. 4G LTE on both of these devices, Metro by T-Mobile and Cricket Wireless, so I do like that. We don't get the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi on the Blu Vivo X6, but we do get it on the Oukitel, so I wasn't able to connect to the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. Only the 2.4 on my Vivo X6. So that's just something to keep in mind. Now, as far as the overall display on the Vivo X6, it's a 6.1 inch full HD. It's a full, not a full HD, but it's a HD plus at 1560 x 720 display. Whereas we're getting the 1080 by 2310 display full HD on the Oukitel C21. So I like the display on the Oukitel. It's really bright. It's really good to look at, and the battery life is good on there as well. We're both getting 4,000 milliamp hour batteries on both of these devices. So that's pretty much what I want to talk about. Now, the displays are 19 by 9 aspect ratio on the Vivo X6, 19 by 5.9 aspect ratio, which is a little bit wider on the Oukitel C21. So 85% screen to body ratio when it comes to the Oukitel, 81% screen to body ratio. So they both look really good when it comes to the panels. They're both gonna look really impressive. You're not gonna have to worry about much when you're viewing content. Everything just seems to look really good. I can't complain about it in any way possible. So I would definitely recommend both devices. Also, the speakers do get really loud, as you can see. So it gets really loud on there, like, like obnoxiously loud. So you don't want to really turn it all the way up, but you do get really good sound on that device. That's taking too long. Now this Vivo X6 does sound good as well. That's all the way up. When you're scrolling, the scrolling speeds are really good as well, so there's no issues with that. And a lot of people don't like scrolling lag or anything like that. This device won't really give you that scrolling lag when you're scrolling through social media and things of that nature. You won't really run into any issues of that sort. So I definitely think both devices are really good when it comes to, like scrolling speeds and, things of that nature. Now, the Vivo X6 does give you a nice gaming processing chip. It's going to be decent for gaming. You also get 276 pixels per inch on there. The gaming is good. It's got a octa-core processing chip. You're going to be able to game well on it. You're also going to be able to, have a really good time gaming on this device. You won't really complain really at all. It's got 64 gigabytes of internal storage, 3 gigabytes of memory, and that's pretty much all you would need for a lot of gaming on this device. But overall, you can get a lot of light gaming done on the Vivo X6, even medium graphics. You will get like low graphics, but you can get high frame rate on PUBG and Call of Duty Mobile, so those games are really playable as well. They're very, very playable, so you can play PUBG, Call of Duty, things of that nature. I would recommend those games as well. Now, what's really cool about the Blu Vivo X6 is it does have a fingerprint sensor, dual cameras, and a headphone jack. So you get a headphone jack on this device. It has Bluetooth 4.2, version 4.2, so it's pretty cool. You get about 8 hours of overall use straight using it with screen on time. You get about 1.4 hours charging time on here. You could browse the web for about 7 hours straight. USB, micro USB data cable, and rear speaker, so that's the only thing that's weird, but the speakers get plenty loud, like I said before. And when it comes to those speakers and battery, you get about an all-day battery, so there's no issues with the speed of this device. The picture on here looks really nice. Overall build feels good in the hand. It's a really nice lightweight device, nice gradient color right there, and everything of that nature. But you can see viewing angles are pretty decent as well. Let's turn up the volume a little bit. And let's play some PUBG on the Oukitel once we have loaded our information there. Now, the Oukitel C21 Pro does give you some good graphics on the PUBG Mobile. When you go up in there, you can see it has high NHD graphics as well. Now, what's really cool about the Oukitel C21 is that we do have Bluetooth 5.0. We don't get a headphone jack, which kind of sucks, but it's got really good graphics processing on here, so everything is going to be really snappy when you're gaming. We do have compared to the 12mm nanometer processing chip on the Blu Vivo X6, we're going to get a pretty decent one on here with Android Q on board as well. But like I said, guys, the gaming on here is exceptional. You won't really experience any lag with the P60, like I said. Speakers sound good on here. The screen is beautiful. It's very bright. You get a high density display. There's no headphone jack, but you do get Bluetooth 5.0, which is a really good thing. Like I said, it's really hard to cover the speakers when you're playing unless you put your thumb over top of it up here. But other than that, you won't run into anything that's going to be annoying. The phone isn't really getting hot right now, so that's another good thing. But overall, I would definitely say this is some pretty good gameplay coming from Oukitel in the entry-level budget price point. But overall, guys, I gotta say that both devices are really nice. Now, I definitely would probably, they're both running 4G LTE as well, which is really cool. Both devices are extremely affordable. In the budget price point, you won't really run into any issues when it comes to the price of these devices. Very snappy, very powerful when it comes to gaming. I'm having a little bit of network issues on Metro by T-Mobile's behalf right now, because you can see right here it's loading, but that's just my SIM card. but overall both phones do work perfectly fine. Let's do a Geekbench to show you the tests and show you how both phones compare. But we get about $149 right now. That's what it started out as for the Oukitel C21, and for the Vivo X6 it's going to be about $110. So you can see right here, these are the scores that we're getting. Android 9 on the Vivo X6, Android 10 on the Oukitel C21. Let's just do a quick speed test on both devices, clear out all the apps, and let's do SoundCloud. 1, 2, 3. And that was the Oukitel on the left, and I'm having a little bit of network issues on my Vivo. It's not really loading anything right now. No, thank you. Let me see, but that's just Metro PTS. That's not this phone's fault. So this I might skip this test right now because I'm having a lot of network issues. Let's do Facebook. 1, 2, 3. And that was actually the Vivo X6, so that was pretty cool. Let's do AliExpress. 1, 2, 3. And that was the Oukitel at that time. Let's try another app real quick. Let's do the Play Store right here. 1, 2, 3. That was almost the exact same time, but it looked like the Oukitel took that one. So let's just talk about the cameras real fast. So the Oukitel does give you a 16 megapixel camera on the rear right here, and it's the main camera. We also do get a 2 megapixel for portraits. We also have a 1.3 macro camera where you can access all of those things when you go into extras. You get macro right here. You get your option for your bokeh, video, and picture, and you can actually zoom in up to 4 times on here, which is cool. And you get some cool modes on here to play around with, but overall, this is pretty much a simple interface, pretty much point and shoot. Bokeh on here as well if you want to play around with that. There is a fourth camera, which is a 2 megapixel. It says auxiliary camera, which just assists with the taking shots and everything like that. So pretty decent camera setup here. We could use that macro camera like I said before, and we can use the main camera for portraits as well, third camera for portraits. So let's talk a little bit about the the Blu Vivo X6 right here. Now the Oukitel does also include a 20 megapixel front camera, and I want to get into that a little bit because it's actually a really high res camera, so it can take really good shots, and those look really good. It comes out really good when I'm looking at it, and normal pictures come out really good on this device. You can see right here the pictures are really sharp, really detailed. I do like that camera. And on the Vivo X6, it's got 13 megapixel plus a 2 megapixel on the rear that record up to 30 frames per second in 1080. It does give you a wide angle, which is kind of cool. So it's really cool. You get slow motion on here, video, photo, beauty on your face. You get the option to choose more, in which it'll give you panorama, QR scanner, slow motion, time lapse, burst, and professional, which is pretty cool. But the features of the camera for photos, you can see right here. You click that, it's gonna give you portrait. So you could toggle that on or off, and then you got more options here, right here. But there's no dedicated wide mode. It's just just the portrait camera and the main camera as well. But overall, these cameras do well. It says that there's an AI camera technology on here, but they do include HDR, portraits, capture mode that you can choose from, and you could change this path where it's being stored, the depth for portraits, things of that nature. So a really good simple camera to play around with. Thank you guys for staying locked in with me. This is the Vivo X6 on my right and the Oukitel C21. Let me know which one was your favorite device of like to take a look at here. But I'll get right back with you guys on the next video. But I hope you guys have a great morning, afternoon, evening. Later, crew. Peace. Bye.